Are you over 60 and waking up multiple times during the night to urinate? If you answered yes, then get ready, because in the next few minutes I'm going to reveal something that could completely change your life. As a men's health specialist, for over 15 years, I've seen thousands of men suffering in silence with prostate problems. And what shocks me most is that the solution has always been right in front of them, hidden in plain sight. What you're about to discover isn't just another empty promise. It's a secret the healthcare system doesn't want you to know. Because once you uncover the power of this common fruit, you'll understand how they are turning healthy men into dependent patients. Stay with me until the end. Because your quality of life, your sleep, and your autonomy depend on this information. If you're watching now, it's because something inside you knows there's a better answer than simply accepting the symptoms or undergoing invasive procedures. And you're right. Let's start by revealing the traps that have been set to keep you in the dark. The 5 traps medicine hides about enlarged prostate. First trap. They say it's just part of aging. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, yet again with that unbearable urgency, the cold floor on your feet, the buzzing in your head from another interrupted night's sleep. This is the reality for 73% of men over 60, but no one tells you that it's not inevitable. The medical industry created this narrative that you simply must accept it. But here's the shocking truth. Studies show that in cultures where the consumption of certain foods is high, the incidence of prostate problems is 5 times lower. You are being programmed to accept the unacceptable. Second trap. The fear of unnecessary biopsy. Every time you mention urinary discomfort, the first thing they do is raise your anxiety level by talking about PSA and biopsies. But statistics show that 68% of biopsies performed on men with mild symptoms come back negative. They are turning healthy men into dependent patients through fear. Third trap. Medications that mask without curing. Prostate medications generate a market of $3.2 billion a year. Do you think they want you to discover a natural solution? These medications can cost over $150 a month, and many men report devastating side effects like dizziness, extreme fatigue, and worst of all, permanent sexual dysfunction. Fourth trap. Surgery presented as the only solution. When medications fail, and they always fail eventually, the next proposal is always surgical. But what they don't tell you is that the complication rate for transurethral resection can be as high as 20%, including incontinence and impotence. You must be thinking, but doctor, if it's not surgery, what is it? Fifth trap. The suppression of information about natural alternatives. This is the cruelest of all. There are dozens of studies published in respected medical journals about the power of certain natural compounds, but this information rarely reaches you. Why? Because a fruit that costs a few dollars a pound doesn't generate millions in profits. But if you thought discovering these traps was shocking, wait until you identify the signals your own body is sending right now, signals that, if ignored, can lead you straight to the operating room unnecessarily. The 5 silent symptoms that indicate your prostate is in danger. First silent symptom, post-void dribbling. You finish urinating, put everything away, and then feel those last few drops escaping. This is not normal, no matter your age. It's your body screaming for help, but you've been conditioned to ignore it. I know the case of John, 72, a retired professor. He ignored this symptom for years, thinking it was just old age. He woke up 5 times a night, lived exhausted. The doctor suggested immediate surgery, but John decided to question it, and what he discovered changed everything. I'll tell you the rest of his story soon. Second symptom, urinary hesitation. You stand in front of the toilet, waiting, and the stream takes a long time to start. Your brain sends the command, but the enlarged prostate is blocking the way. This is the critical moment where natural intervention can make all the difference. Third symptom, weak and intermittent stream. Remember when you were young and the stream was strong and continuous? Now it looks like a clogged garden hose. This happens because the prostate is literally strangling your urethra. With each passing day without action, the situation worsens. Fourth, symptom, feeling of incomplete emptying. You just urinated but feel like there's still more. You go back to the bathroom minutes later. This destroys your confidence, your social life, your travels. You become a prisoner of the nearest bathroom. Fifth symptom, sudden and uncontrollable urgency. This is the most humiliating. You're at the supermarket, at the movies, driving, and suddenly that devastating urgency hits. Many men start using pads for fear of accidents. Is this how they want you to live? Charles, 68, a successful businessman, ignored all these signs. He blindly trusted when they said surgery was routine. Today he lives with permanent incontinence and has completely lost his intimate life. Every day he regrets not having sought alternatives. But you might be thinking these are just isolated stories. Get ready, because now I'm going to reveal the fruit that is changing the lives of thousands of men, and that is probably in your refrigerator right now. The 5 hidden powers of the forgotten fruit that shrinks the prostate. First hidden power, concentrated lycopene. The fruit I'm about to reveal contains the most powerful antioxidant for the prostate ever discovered. It's the tomato. Yes, the common tomato. But here's the secret. When cooked, lycopene becomes 4 times more bioavailable. A study from the Journal of the National Cancer Institute showed a 35% reduction in prostate problems with regular consumption. Second power, direct anti-inflammatory action. An enlarged prostate is essentially a chronic inflammatory process. Cooked tomato acts as a natural anti-inflammatory without the side effects of medications. Imagine your prostate literally deflating, naturally freeing up urinary flow. Third power, deep cellular protection. Every cell in your prostate is under constant attack from free radicals. The lycopene in tomatoes creates a protective shield. It's like giving your prostate cells a rejuvenating bath, reversing years of accumulated damage. Look at the stack of medications piled on the nightstand of millions of men, each pill an empty promise, each with devastating side effects. Now imagine replacing all of that with a delicious homemade tomato sauce. Does it sound too simple to be true? That's exactly why they don't want you to know. Fourth power, natural hormonal regulation. With age, your hormones become unbalanced, stimulating prostate growth. Tomatoes contain compounds that help naturally regulate testosterone and DHT, the main culprits for prostate enlargement. Fifth power, synergy with other nutrients. When you combine tomato with olive oil, lycopene, absorption increases by 300%. It's a prostate health powerhouse that costs pennies and is available everywhere. Remember John, whom I mentioned? He started consuming 1 cup of homemade tomato sauce 5 times a week. In 21 days, his nighttime bathroom trips dropped from 5 to 2. In 3 months, he was sleeping through the night. His wife said he looked 10 years younger. No surgery, no medications, no side effects. But if you thought it was enough to just eat tomatoes any old way, prepare to discover the fatal mistakes that can turn this miraculous solution into complete failure. Mistakes that 87% of men make unknowingly. The 5 common mistakes when using natural solutions and how to avoid them. First fatal mistake, eating raw tomatoes expecting results. The lycopene in raw tomatoes has only 10% bioavailability. You can eat pounds of salad and see no improvement. The secret is in heating, which breaks down cell walls and releases the lycopene. Turning healthy men into dependent patients is exactly what happens when you don't have this crucial information. Second mistake, insufficient quantity. Many men eat 1 tomato a week and expect miracles. The therapeutic dose is at least 1 cup of tomato sauce, or 2 to 3 large tomatoes, 5 times a week. Consistency is everything. Your body needs constant levels of lycopene to start the healing process. Third mistake, ignoring healthy fat. Lycopene is fat-soluble, meaning it needs fat to be absorbed. A tomato sauce without olive oil is like a car without fuel. Add a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and multiply the benefits. Fourth mistake, giving up too early. Feel the deep relief of an entire night of uninterrupted sleep. The morning sun streaming through the window, you waking up with renewed energy. This doesn't happen overnight. Most men see significant results between 30 to 90 days, but many give up in the 2nd week. Fifth mistake, not monitoring progress. Write down how many times you wake up at night. Observe the strength of your urinary stream. Document the changes. When you see gradual progress, It motivates you to continue. It's the difference between success and failure. Now you are just one step away from completely recovering your life. But the next 5 steps I'm about to reveal are absolutely crucial. Don't leave now, because what comes next is the exact roadmap that has already transformed the lives of thousands of men. The 5 simple steps to reverse the problem and get your life back. First fundamental step: establish your baseline. Before you start, record exactly how many times you wake up at night, how long it takes to start urinating, the strength of your stream. Take a photo of this paper and keep it. In 30 days, you'll be shocked by the difference. Second step: prepare your medicinal source. Take 1 kilogram, about 2.2 lbs, of ripe tomatoes. Chop them coarsely. Sauté with 2 cloves of garlic in 2 tablespoons of olive oil for 30 minutes over low heat. The smell will fill your kitchen, that comforting aroma that is already healing you. Divide into 5 portions for the week. Third step: create the consumption ritual. Choose the same times every day. It can be at lunch over whole wheat pasta, at dinner as soup, or even plain as a medicinal shot. Your body loves routine and responds better to consistent treatments. You must be thinking, but what if I don't like tomatoes? Here's a revelation. You can mix them with other foods. Make a juice with carrots and beets. Add to soups and stews. The important thing is for the lycopene to enter your system. Fourth step: boost with natural allies. Add pumpkin seeds, rich in zinc. Include green tea, a powerful anti-inflammatory. Consume Brazil nuts, a source of selenium. These foods work in synergy with tomatoes, multiplying the results. Fifth step: document and adjust. After 30 days, compare your records. Most men see a 50% reduction in symptoms. If you are among the 20% who need more time, don't give up. Increase the frequency to daily consumption. Some men need 90 days for complete results. Visualize the frustration of trying intimacy with your partner and being betrayed by your own body. Now imagine the opposite: restored confidence, deep nights of sleep, freedom to travel without fear. This is not fantasy. This is what John lives today. This is what Charles could be living if he had this information. Now I'm going to share something few doctors admit. A recent study showed that men who adopted the tomato protocol had superior improvements to those who used conventional medications without any side effects. Why isn't this on the front page of newspapers? You already know the answer. Think about it for a moment. How many men do you know who suffer in silence? How many have accepted unnecessary surgeries? How many lie chained to expensive medications? Turning healthy men into dependent patients is not a conspiracy theory. It's the cruel reality you can change today. I know it might seem too simple. How could a common fruit solve a problem that plagues millions? But think of penicillin, discovered in a common fungus. Think of aspirin, derived from willow bark. The greatest medical discoveries have always been hidden in plain sight. If you are still watching, type 1 in the comments now. I want to see how many brave men are ready to take control of their own health. Share your age and city too. Let's create a support network. There's one more thing I need to tell you about John. After 6 months on the tomato protocol, he went to the doctor for routine exams. The urologist was shocked. His prostate had shrunk by 30% in size. The doctor asked what medication he was taking. When John told him about the tomato, the doctor said something revealing. I can't officially prescribe this, but keep doing what you're doing. That's the problem with the system. Well-meaning doctors are bound by protocols that prioritize profitable procedures. It's not their fault. It's how the system was built. But you don't have to be a victim of this system. Now, an important warning. If you have severe symptoms, blood in your urine, intense pain, seek immediate medical attention. The tomato protocol is for prevention and mild to moderate cases. Always keep your doctor informed about any changes in your health. But for most of you watching, who suffer from the daily discomforts of an enlarged prostate, who live in fear of progression, who don't want to undergo invasive procedures, this is your opportunity for change. I'm going to be completely honest with you now. As a specialist with over 15 years of experience, I've seen it all. I've seen men reclaim lives they thought were lost. I've seen marriages saved when intimacy was restored. I've seen the joy of a man sleeping 8 hours straight for the first time in years. But I've also seen avoidable tragedies. Men who waited too long, who trusted blindly without questioning, who chose the quickest path without considering the consequences. Don't be another statistic. The power is literally in your hands now. You can close this video and continue suffering, continue waking up every night, continue living in fear. Or you can go to the supermarket today, buy tomatoes, and start your transformation. Think of yourself 3 months from now, sleeping deeply, urinating with strength and confidence, living without the shadow of prostate issues. That future is just a few tomatoes away. Does it seem absurdly simple? That's exactly why it works. Turning healthy men into dependent patients has been the modus operandi for decades, but the tide is turning. Men like you are waking up, questioning, seeking alternatives. You are not alone on this journey. I want you to imagine something with me now. It's Sunday morning. You wake up, naturally after 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. You go to the bathroom once, stream strong and complete. You drink your coffee peacefully, planning your day without worrying about where the nearest bathroom is. This life is possible and within your reach. Remember the numbers I shared. Over 50% of men over 60 suffer from an enlarged prostate. But in countries where tomato consumption is high, that number drops to less than 10%. Coincidence? Scientific. Evidence says no. Before I conclude, I want to speak directly to that man who is watching alone, perhaps ashamed of his symptoms, thinking he has lost his masculinity. Listen closely. You haven't lost anything. You have been deceived by a system that profits from your suffering. But today, that changes. The choice is yours. Continue on the path the system has laid out for you, or forge your own path with the knowledge you have just received. You don't have to be perfect, just start. One tomato at a time, one day at a time, reclaim your life. If this information was valuable to you, share it now with at least one friend who needs to hear this. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to receive more revelations the system doesn't want you to know. Comment which truth surprised you the most today. Like the video if you believe all men deserve this information. Together, we can break the cycle of misinformation and dependence. Your health, your autonomy, your dignity, all of this is priceless. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait for the next doctor's appointment. Don't wait for the symptoms to worsen. Nature has already provided your cure, hidden in a simple red fruit that they tried to hide from you while turning healthy men into dependent patients. But now you know. The secret has been revealed. The power has been returned to your hands. Use it wisely. Use it today. Use it to reclaim the life you deserve to live. Until next time. And remember, your health is your greatest wealth, and now you have the key to the vault.